Hi everyone, it's Tammy. How you guys doing? School's almost over. Allergies are kicking in. Might sound a little hoarse tonight, so just so you know. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about some issues that were coming up this week, last month or so, as a matter of fact, um, that had to do with facts, laws, and evidence. And just because I'm an advocate doesn't mean that I get everything right off the rip, and there's nowhere to go. Um, some things have been said to me over the last few weeks, in that I, I think it's thank you for what you guys have said. That if it wasn't for me, yada yada yada. Um, and I thank you for that. But what I'm going to do is show you guys how my brain works and how I break things down. And I understand that I've been doing this for like 30 years. So it comes way easier to me than it's going to you. It's not going to come off the same way, but I can give you a heads up on what it's all about is the right questions. So that's what we're going to delve into tonight. And we're going to talk about, hi, Wendy. Hi, Megan. Hi, Amanda. I didn't see you guys because I had on the loopy music stuff. So anyway, so I think me showing you guys what I mean when I say facts, law, and evidence is very important. So, for instance, a lot of times parents feel that, and you feel it rightly so, by the way, your kids deserve an education just like everybody else. All right. So you have a right to feel that they should just be doing this. You shouldn't have to do it. You're 100% right. In fact, it pisses me off that we have to go through all this drama just because our kid has a disability, just to get, I don't know, a speech and language pathologist that's certified by the state. Yeah, that actually happened this week. Finally, after 2 years, the parent told me that the school district just coughed up a speech and language pathologist that's certified by the state. Well, isn't that wonderful news? Stupid. But these are the things that happen, okay? And I agree with you 100%. However, we have to be more proactive, and that's what I do. So, for instance, a lot of everybody says, "Well, you know what questions to ask." One of my clients told me that this week. Timmy, you always know what right questions to ask. You've been doing this for so long. You know what to do. Yeah, but I've been working with you for 10 years. You should have picked up on something by now. Just a little bit. I just need a little bit of help. Um, the reason why I don't charge a whole lot of money for my services is because I get the parents involved and I get them to do some of the work. So they are an active participant in their child's education from the bottom up. Okay. You guys are fully participating. So I want you guys to learn how to do this because, one day I might not be here, God forbid, and there are a few people that are like, good. I don't think that's nice. I ain't going nowhere. I have no intentions of leaving the country. I don't have any plan. I don't have any plans, but you guys have to be prepared because what if you can't reach me? What if I quit? What if? There's a whole bunch of what ifs. What if you don't have time to go look at a whole video to ask one simple question? So, I'm going to give you a for instance. I'm going to tell you how stupid the people that you guys deal with. You have to understand they're stupid. I don't care if they work for the public school district, and I don't care if they work for the state, and I don't care if they work in Washington, D.C. They're not the brightest bulbs on the Christmas tree. They are basically government workers. Do you guys understand what that means? They didn't have some of them didn't have anything to do with education. They never went to school to learn about education, to be teachers, and none of that. They just applied for a job and they got it. And these are the people we're dealing with. Okay. So sometimes we know more than them. However, it's all in the presentation. And what I mean is this. For instance, I contacted the Department of Education because Massachusetts, but this part is about Massachusetts. Massachusetts has this thing now where you can, my desk is not as stable as I like. Well, the computer, so everything's wiggling. I don't like it. But anyway, Massachusetts has this thing where you can do a public records request right off of their website. And so, just so you guys know, everything is a public record when it comes to the Department of Education, when it comes to the public school system, when it comes to the teachers, when it comes to the related service providers, when it comes to the grants. All of that's a matter of public record. How much money these people get paid? Oh, thank you. I made it, Megan. Thank you. I just realized that you wrote. I made this. But anyway, I made it a couple years ago. But anyway, everything. So when a stupid school district tells you, well, you know, they can't come to a team meeting because yada, 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 but while at the same time they can invite their attorney. What? Have you people lost your goddamn minds? Sorry, I'm not in a good mood today. Again, big surprise. I had a rough couple of weeks. I am not kidding. I'm not kidding. It was been all bad. But anyway, they can't tell you that paraprofessionals can't come to team meetings because of some stupid outdated contract or any contract, because the contract is illegal. You can invite anybody you want to your team meeting. It's in the law. Let me show you. I want to show you. Do you guys want me to show you where the law is? Well, you can invite a damn professional to your team meeting if that paraprofessional's providing your kid with special education services one-on-one. Want me to show you where it is? Let me show you where it is. You guys are taking too long. You guys are taking way too long for me. So, let me show you where it is. Showed you guys this before, but I'm going to show it again. Because there's some really, really, really stupid people that work for the Department of Education and that work in our public school systems. Because they think they can do whatever they want and they think they can say whatever they want. No, they can't. Well, they can. They do it all the time. It's not that it's right. They can't do that. All right. So let me see if I did this right. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Wait a minute, guys. I gotta get rid of this stupid background. Here. Get out. Okay. Okay. Nah, I don't want that either. I just want plain. No background. Zippo. Jeez. Wait, guys. I'm trying to do this. Okay. Hide. Want to hide it? Why is it doing it? Hide. Sure. Okay, that's better. Anyway, I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay. So, this is what I wanted to show you. I'm just not having a good day. Where is it? Okay, so now I can see it. All right. So, here we go. See? See right there? See? See that? Personnel qualifications. So let's scroll down. See? See? Look. Yeah, look there. Look. Paraprofessionals. Go figure. So it says here that, get rid of this now. It says right here that they have to have laws that paraprofessionals are state qualified. So they have to take the test. So Massachusetts does have state licensing requirements. But let's go down here. I did it wrong. It's the wrong one. That's the paraprofessionals. Okay, so wait. Give me a second, guys. Now I got to go in and find the damn law. So it is it the team meeting? CFR. Let's see. Okay. I'm just not going to have a good day today. 34 CFR 300.220. This is what I do, guys. This is how I look up stuff, okay? I don't just sit there and just, think of stuff, and um, Illinois does too. Exactly. I don't just sit here and go, oh, this. Before I do anything, I look up laws. I go, if like Amanda's in Illinois. So Amanda calls me up and she says, Tammy, what about this? I just go look it up on the Illinois website. Okay. That's all I do. I look up everything. Okay. Everything. No, that's not it. So meeting attendance, where would that be? 300.321. It's in here somewhere. I'll find it. Okay. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. So, IEP team. Okay. So let's say you guys want the paraprofessional to come. Okay. So here's where it is. Okay. Here it says the public agency must ensure that the IEP team for each child with a disability. I have to tell you this because I can't even tell you how many times I've gone to team meetings just this year where the kid had special education and regular education, and only the regular ed teacher showed up, or no teachers showed up. You have to have a teacher at your team meetings, always, and you don't waive them. I'm going to go into this right now and show you guys something. Okay, so you have to have a person at the team meeting from the school district that can actually make a decision. So if you guys say, hey, I want a one-to-one aid with my kid, if the team chair says, I'll go check with the SPED director, say the meeting's over. Okay, meeting over. Because you're supposed to have somebody there who can do this stuff right there, I'm going to tell you. Is knowledgeable about the general education curriculum and the availability of resources. So when you ask for something, that's what they're supposed to know. A representative of the public agency. The public agency is the public school system. Hope you guys understand that. Don't let them twist it into a pretzel. It is what it is. This is a fact, people. Everything under IDEA is a fact. Well, it's a fact and it's a law. Okay? So, then we go down here. Where is it? So, you have to have people. So, if you have, let's say you have a speech and language, you have an OT and a PT, and you have a school psychologist. The speech and language pathologist doesn't show up to the team meeting. So the school psychologist decides that she's going to interpret the speech and language pathologist evaluation. Yeah, that's a big fat no. She can't do that either. You have to have somebody who's sitting at the table who can interpret the results of another discipline, of their discipline, not another discipline, of their discipline. So if they're licensed as a psychologist and a speech and language pathologist, then fine, that'll work. But if not, then the meeting's over again. And that's a violation because it's a denial of your right to meaningfully participate. Anytime you can't talk, you can't ask questions, they get mad. They tell you you can't ask those questions or wait till the end of the meeting. The reason why they want you to wait till the end of the meeting, I hate them. The reason why they want you to wait till the end of the meeting is because by the time by the time everybody talks about the evaluations, you done forgot all about the question you wanted to ask. That's why I tell you guys, be prepared for that meeting. Before that meeting, write down all the things you want to ask them. In every single area, take the evaluations they did and break it down and say, what does this mean? On page yada yada, get your highlighters out, okay? Because that's why. Because you have a right to meaningfully participate. Okay, so let me go down here. Determination. Designation. Here we go. What's that say? Team attendance. A member of the IEP team through this section is not required to attend if, okay, this is all about the waiver piece, okay? Is not required to attend an IEP meeting in all or part if the parent of the child with a disability and the public agency agree in writing that the attendance of the member is not, this is before the meeting starts. You have to know if they're not coming. Because if you agree that they don't have to show up, then the person that's not coming has to put it in writing. They can't just not show up. Okay. See, I still didn't find it. When the meeting involves modification, the parents, okay. So this is saying only you can excuse them from the meeting, but they have to put it in writing and everything. Where's the part? A representative, not less than one is, okay, here's the other part. Not less than one education provide, I'll find that law if it kills me. And I'm telling you it's in here. Not less than one regular ed teacher. The parents of the child have to come, a representative of the agency, um, an individual who can interpret the instructional implications of evaluations, who may be a member of the team of this section at the, oh, here it is, stupid. At the discretion of the parent, other individuals who have knowledge or special expertise regarding the child, including related services, related service personnel as appropriate, and whenever appropriate, the child. That's the part that says paraprofessionals can come to meeting. That's where that lives. Okay. You would have been proud of me because I told the district if the OT could not be there because she was not in district, I told them if she can't come, we have to reschedule. Good job. You paid attention. I love you. Mwah. I am proud of you. That's what you do. That's how you handle that business. Just because the school district says that there's going to be a team meeting, and if it's not mutually convenient, okay, which means you don't have to drop whatever you're doing to go to a team meeting because that's the only time they gave you. They gave you one time. Mutually convenient is for everybody, including the parent. Okay? So in a lot of cases, what happens is that a parent works. God forbid, a parent should work outside of the school district or outside of the Department of Education. We don't go on their schedule. People have other jobs besides the Department of Education when they have children in school. We have to get permission, or we have to not get permission, but we have to let our people know, hey, I'm not going to be here until we have to make arrangements. We don't do it at a drop of a dime. We don't wait at the last minute and say, oh, so bite me. We're not going. You can't go. It's not, the world is not going to end because you couldn't go to the meeting that only the one time and the one date that the school district gave you. Really? This is what I'm talking about, people. You guys don't just drop everything. Don't drop everything because they said so. Nobody cares about them. They're not paying any of your bills. Okay. They're not taking care of your children. They're not paying you. Okay. It's not like you have to go to court and be on a jury or something. They're not paying you to do any of that. It's mutually convenient. Everybody. So nobody cares. So a lot of school districts, what they like to do is say, well, we only do team meetings on Monday. Don't care. That sounds like a personal problem. I don't give a shit. Because you know what days I'm available? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All day. Mutually convenient does not include. Only when the school district says, if they have a specific date, then you can't do it on that. There's nothing in the law that says that. They just make this crap up, and they've been doing it wrong for so long. Half of these people actually believe what they're saying is true. They're full of nonsense. I actually said that to them. That's right. Good for you. That's how you do it, Wendy. Thank you. It's a fact that a team meeting is supposed to be. It's the law, and it's a fact. The team meeting is mutually convenient, people. Period. Okay? So when you want to get a fact, you go over to here. You go to the regs, honey. I hate people. I really do. I hate everybody. Hold on just a minute. I'm doing my show. I'll talk to you later. Bye. So anyway, I'm a killer. So anyway, I hate when my phone rings. It drives me nuts, and I forgot to do that. Okay. We won't have any more interruptions. Okay, guys, sorry. So anyway, no, I haven't seen it. I haven't. And I'm going to show you something what you're going to do about that too. Okay. So just because the school, what I'm trying to tell you guys is stop believing everything that comes out of their mouth. I keep telling you guys this. They lie when telling the truth would be better. They lie because they're always doing something wrong. Okay? And they'll come up with some whack policy talking about, well, that's our policy. Really? So paraprofessionals can't come to team meetings apparently in Massachusetts because it's the school district's policy. Bite me. Okay? One of my clients, and you know who you are, just got a letter from Laura Duos from OSA that specifically says that the contract or the policy that they have doesn't mean Jack Doodley squat because the law says the parent can invite whoever they want. As long as that person has knowledge and expertise regarding the child. I don't understand what a contract saying that paraprofessionals can't come, that's outdated. I mean, the crap that has gone on in the last month or two is unbelievable. The nonsense that goes on. You guys, we have to call them on everything. So let's go look at Amanda. Let's take Amanda for a minute. So we filed for a complaint, and I just did it again. Okay, I've done it twice. So when you get findings back from the state on a state complaint that you did, okay, let me show you another little tingy. When you do that, right? Under the law, you can file a complaint against the state. Okay, let me show you how you get that. So you get findings, right? So you don't like them, and you're reading them. Now, what you have to do is, let me explain something to you guys first. When you file against the state because they didn't do your shit right, they didn't follow the law. You have to get them on the laws that's supposed to bind them to what they're doing. Okay, here are the laws that they have to implement right here. Okay, in order to do a state investigation, they have to do this. Okay, they have to. The state has these rules for the people that did the investigation. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to read it. You go down here and you say this is the remedies. Okay, so this is what they have to put in first. So let's say they find something. Okay, let's say they found in your favor that the school district didn't invite you to a team meeting. Okay, so what they have to do right here is in resolving the complaint in which this SEA, that's the state complaint system, found a failure to provide appropriate services, and SEA, pursuant to its general supervisory authority, Part B of the Act, must address the failure to provide appropriate services, including corrective action, yada, yada, yada. And they have to make sure this crap doesn't ever happen again. And the way they do that is they issue corrective action, like in the form of compensatory services, and then training would be nice. Training for the whole school district because they're stupid. So what you have to do, what websites are you on? I can't see them. Oh, I'm sorry. Sure. There you go. See that? So let me do this. Okay. I can't say your name. Alyssa, is that your name? Is that how you say it, honey? All you have to do is that'll take you to this page right here. Okay. So all you have to do is when you get to this page, go right here and type in, I don't know if it'll work. I know the numbers. See, it has 300. If you just punch in evaluations, so what you usually have to do is type in 34 CFR 300 point, just put 300. Let's see, there it is. Okay, to get to the website. So then when you get part 300, you click on it. And then you get the whole thing. You get the whole idea. Okay, 300.302. And then what you can do is over here, you can do the table of contents. Okay. Alyssa, is that how you say it? Okay, good. This is where everything lives. So you know what? I'm sorry. Let me put this website up there. I'm just a whack job tonight. This is the one you guys go and follow. Okay. Because that has everything for you guys. All right. This is the website that has everything. Okay. So here's where it talks about business day and educational. These are like, what does it mean when they say division, educational service agency? So you keep going down. So here, let me show you. So what is the definition of a public agency? So there it is right there. This is includes the SEA, the LEA, the ESAs, nonprofit charter schools that are not otherwise included as LEAs or ESAs. That's an educational service agency. And are not a school of an LEA. So it gives you the definitions, okay? So then you go back up here. If that's not the one you want, just hit the back arrow. Hopefully it'll take us back there. Okay. I went back too far. Okay. So what you want is part 300. So it's 34 CFR 300. And it'll take you to this page. Okay. And then all you have to do, okay, table, and then you go table of contents. And then you see consent. You look for the thing you want to look up. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna beat you, Leanne. Thank you. So this is where you find all the laws, which I never use, and I should because I always have a hard time finding stuff. Anyway, so this is where you guys can find everything. Okay, there's free and appropriate public education, all of this stuff. So there's related services. There's the definition of a public agency, personally identifiable. So click on that. Okay. This is what personally identifiable means. The name of the child, the parent, or the other family member, the address of the child, the personal identifier, such as the child's social security number. That's what it means, a personal identifier. That's a violation. None of that stuff should be anywhere. Okay? All right. That's the list of everything they're going to. That's my girl. Leah says, that's a list of everything they're going to violate. Yes, it is. This is where the list is. So you go to 34 CFR. Let's see if I'm going to do it again. Let's see if I can do it this time. So you go here, you do 34 CFR 300. And there it is. Whoop, okay. I hate my life. I never do anything right. Okay, where's this? I don't know why. Oh, I know why it didn't. That's not what I want to do. Wait a minute, guys. I'm almost there. Share screen. And here. Share. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Okay. So what I did is I typed in 34 CFR right up here. See that? CFR 300, right, guys? And then I clicked on this. That's the first one. That's what you want. 34 CFR. And you want this website. You want ecfr.gov. Okay? You want it to look like that. That's the real one. Okay? And then you click on that. Okay? And then you get, okay, so it took me right to the, all right, good. So all you have to do is do that, and it'll take you right to the, what do you call this thing? What do you call this page? The table of contents, okay? And then it talks about, so you want, these are all of the things that you guys need. Procedural safeguards are here, monitoring and enforcement. That's what we're going to get into in a few minutes, okay? These are the laws, guys. This is where the facts live. The facts live in the law. Okay? Then you can print them out. You can also print them out. So you have the allotment. So when you guys really, you guys want this one right here a lot. Okay. So you go under 300, 300. You got parental consent. Um, you get the parental consent for services. So that's where you got. I live in Part D. Yes, you do, girl. You live there for real. Part D is your friend. Okay. See where it says this is where we're looking at right here. All right. So when you want to go back, you just click on that, which will bring you to the table of contents again. And so the best way to do it is to just do it. Okay. The way I knew about this, every time I had a question, I never, okay, listen to me, you guys. Everybody's been asking me, you know this. So it's easy for you. You know how I learned? Looking it up. I look up everything. Okay. I look up everything. I don't trust anybody, especially if they work in the government. Did you guys see that guy, George Santos? I mean, our government is screwy right now. You can't believe a word that comes out of anybody's mouth. If they work for the state, don't believe them. If they work in the government, in the state government, in the public schools, do not believe out of pocket what these people are telling you. 9 times out of 10, it's wrong. And the reason why it's wrong, is because they've been doing it wrong for so long, they don't know what right is. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. They have been doing it wrong like this for so long, they truly believe with all of their heart that a paraprofessional can't come to a team meeting because they got an outdated contract that says she can't come to a team meeting. I should show you. I should show you this contract. You're gonna die. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I can't. The paraprofessional contract was a joke. It was a serious joke. I should have pulled it up earlier. Maybe in the next one I'll show you. But just because they have some little dinky piece of paper or some whack job went and wrote some stuff on a piece of paper and they said, here's our policy. I don't give a crap. What you guys have to understand is this. You have to understand the levels. Okay. You got the feds are up here. Idea is feds. Way up here with the gods. But they're with the gods. They're with Zeus and all of the people. That's where they are. Okay. They up here. Then you have the state. The state has to do with the feds. Yeah, unless they don't want no money, then they don't have to do shit. But they're greedy. They all want the money. Then you have the local, way down here in the bottom, way. So you know what? Nobody cares. If they don't have they can't create laws, policies, and practices that step way outside. That's somebody who's in my house. It's way outside of the federal regulations. Otherwise, you don't get no money. Ding dongs. Which is going to lead me to a very interesting thing. So a lot of you guys think, where do we go from here? Well, okay, look. You don't have to go to a hearing. Mm-mm. You don't have to file in federal court. Mm-mm. You guys can file with a whole bunch of other agencies. You guys can file with the Department of Justice for violations, misconduct by school personnel, and fraud. You see, if they don't comply and do what the law says they're supposed to do, and because of that, they deny FAPE to your kid, and the stupid state comes back and says, oh no, they didn't do nothing. Everything good. And everything not so good, they're screwed. Okay? What you do is you file with the Office of Inspector General, the United States Department of Education. The Office of Inspector General. Let me show you. This I can show you. I'll show you. Let's do it again. Stop. Yeah, this is really cool, guys, because it gives us another avenue. It gives us another way out. Now, the reason why I like this one a lot is because I like to go after their money because I'm that girl. I am that person. I don't care. You see, I am the person that will go after some funds in a heartbeat. Okay. I'm that girl. Now, let me see. Okay. So you see where it says here, the United States Department of Education. Actually, I'm going to put this in here too. All right. Um, Now, why did it do that? Anyway, so this is what they do. Okay. It says we are the Office of Inspector General, OIG. Okay. An independent entity within the United States Department of Education responsible for identifying fraud, waste, abuse, criminal activity involving ed funds, programs, and operations. You see, that's what they do. We conduct independent audits and other reviews and criminal and civil investigations. We recommend actions to address systemic weaknesses and improve ed programs and operations. We also recommend changes needed in federal laws and regulations. Read more about OIG. So this is what they do. Okay? And it's free. It's free. Mhm. So let me tell you what you do. This is what I'm doing because I'm sick to death of all the crazy shit this time. What I'm doing is I'm filing first. I get a case, so I try to work it out with the ding dongs. They don't want to work it out now. Okay, so then I file a state complaint. State complaint comes back all cray. Like, oh no, we didn't do none of. We don't see none of that. That's not in our jurisdiction. Really? Because when I file a complaint, I cite the regulations and then I tell them what they did to violate that regulation. And then I send them the proof where I'm telling the school district, this is what you did. They come back and say, oh no, that's not our jurisdiction. Go talk to FERPA. It's FERPA. I don't do nothing with FERPA. FERPA takes too long. I don't do that with FERPA. Oh, Megan, look at my new glass. Yep, the T Fort, isn't it? You guys, I'm not even kidding. You guys got to get the T Fort. Go online, look up T Fort, FORTE, T Fort. This is the best tea ever in life. It's infused. This is hibiscus and some wild berry or some crazy stuff. It's got little tea leaves in there. I bought this container separately. It's all glass. I bought it because you could see through it. You could see how pretty tea is. But anyway, I love this tea. It's delicious. So here's what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is what you should do. What I'm doing is I'm filing these complaints. So I file against the school district. Complaint comes back all cockeyed. So then I said, oh, okay, good. So I set it aside. Get another client. File another complaint. Or the same school. File another complaint. Comes back all cockeyed again. Set it aside. I get like a bunch of them right now. At this moment in time, I swear to God, I have a class action lawsuit right now to beat the ban in Massachusetts. Massachusetts has some kinky ideas about what they're obligated to do. Massachusetts is nuts. That's why I left. I don't like Massachusetts. I don't like the government. Massachusetts. I think they just make stuff up. And then they say, yeah, that'll work. Let's go for that. They won't know. They'll just listen to whatever we say. Yeah. Massachusetts thinks that the Department of Education cannot be taken to a due process hearing. Because why? Because they made up a law. They made up a law that said, okay, this is what I did. Weymouth, Massachusetts, oh girl, Weymouth is a hot mess too. Yep. Weymouth, Quincy, Brookline, Westfield, the entire South Shore is a hot mess. And the reason why I know that is that was my area. That was my catchment area when I was there. Right now, I have more clients from Massachusetts than I have anywhere else. Oh, you're telling me exactly. You know, they're nuts, and they don't care. This is what I keep telling you guys. They don't give up. You know what they care about? Money. That's what they care about. Because they're greedy. You think there's something here. It's not. It's just tea. They're greedy, and they only care about money. So the only way to go after them is to go after the money. So now, okay, for instance, I'll tell you a story. So I filed against Massachusetts because 2 state complaints and they are dancing for me. Good. Sometimes it works because the school's afraid. Because if the violations are really bad, the state will come back and say, you got 2 seconds to straighten this out, or we're going to take your funds. That's wonderful. But now you're going to make sure they take their funds. I got a kid right now where they owe this kid an exorbitant amount of compensatory hours. I mean, it's so disgusting. I can't even imagine. And these crazy people are telling me all kind of nonsense. We're in a hearing right now. And it's going to be an open hearing. And it's a 1-day hearing. We have no teachers. There's no teachers. 2 years, no teachers. They owed this kid compensatory services. The state came back and gave him 54 out of the 315 hours they owed him. I mean, it was so bad. I had to keep calling people to ask them to do the math for me because I'm like, it can't be that these wombats made a unilateral decision to decrease the compensatory hours because the school can't do it. Hot newsflash. They didn't do anything the entire year. The kid had a teacher. The teacher was from New York and had no Massachusetts certs at all. None. And the reason why we know is because Massachusetts has the DESE lookup now. So you can look up DESE, you can go on the DESE website and you can look up the educated licensure. Okay? Anybody in the state of Massachusetts that has teacher certs is listed in DESE. Anybody. They're nuts. Okay? They're absolutely nuts. I'm so proud of you, Michelle Ouellette. I know a girl, well, there's a lot of Ouellettes in Massachusetts, but I knew a girl named, she was younger. She was older than you, I bet. But anyway, it's sometimes, if you put enough pressure on people, they'll do it. And that's why I've been telling everybody, file complaints, file complaints, file complaints. Now I'm going to show you guys. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to file against the state. And all you have to do is, like I said, you do this. You do what I told you to do. Right here. Well, this is OIG. Sorry. Where is it? Where is the presenting thing? How come I can never? Doesn't make any sense to me. Stop. Okay. Where is it? Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay, so now, Leanne, is it on part D? Kindred Spirit. Hi, Kindred Spirit. Kindred Spirit, I know you. I'm just gonna see. Parent participation at meetings, parent involvement. Okay, I have to look this up, but now I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, what do I want? State complaint. Where is it? Oh, 151. It's way up there. Why is it doing that? I don't understand why it went to there. Oh, I know why. We'll go here. Go here. Oh, okay. Here. This is what you guys have to know. The reason why I'm doing this. The state is monitored. when they do, might be Part B. Okay. When the state does an investigation and they come back and they tell the school, they issue corrective action, this is the kind of stuff they have to do. They have to, okay, here it is. Enforcement of monitor, the state must monitor the implementation of this part. Make determinations annually about the performance of each LEA. Enforcement of this part using appropriate enforcement mechanisms, yada, yada, yada. Report annually to the state of each LEA. Okay, primary focus, they tell you all of this. Now, there's a whole thing down here. State performance plans, data collection. I did it wrong again. I don't like doing that. I'm used to using the other way, so I can't do it. Okay, so. Okay, so what you guys want to understand is the SEA is a public agency, okay? So you can file a complaint against a public entity, okay? A public agency that provides special education to children with disability, okay? The SEA is deemed a public agency, all right? That's the State Department of Education. So, and then, so that's the remedies. Okay, let's keep going here, people. What's part 2? I don't understand why I'm having such a hard time today. So let's see, 300.152. Okay. So this, okay, when you file against a state agency, when you file against the department because they screwed up your complaint or they took it out of context on purpose. So what you have to do is you have to go over here, okay? You have to go look at the laws that bind the state to do their investigation. These are the steps they have to follow. Because if they don't follow these steps, then the investigation wasn't done right, which is why they came out and said, oh no, the school didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah, you didn't do your investigation right. So here's what they have to do. See this right here? Review all relevant information and make an independent determination as to whether the public agency is violating Part B. So, for instance, just recently I had one done, okay? So, I filed against the school district because the stupid school decided that they were going to use RTR. It's a model. It's similar to RTR. It's MTSS, multi-tier system, yada yada yada. The T in MTSS stands for tier, 3 tiers. So we asked for the records. The school refused to give us the records on what the kid was doing. So we filed against the state. And the idiots came back and said, that's not their jurisdiction. We have to go get that from FAPE, through FAPE. So then I looked up the Arizona law on student records. Their own law says it's in their jurisdiction. The idea, the kids on IEP, the idea regulations says it's part of, it's under student records. We can have them. You know what this idiot did? He split hairs. The school district came back and told him, hey, dude, yeah, that MTSS stuff, yeah, that's for regular ed kids. So yeah, we don't have to give it to her. I'm looking at this complaint and I'm gonna, MTSS in the definition under the Arizona state for MTSS says it's for both regular ed and special ed. So in order to do a workaround so that they don't give us the records we want, they told the state, that it's only for regular ed kids in their school district. I don't care. So now I got to file against them because they didn't review all of the relevant data and they didn't give it to us. You know why? It doesn't exist. You see, they can't have a policy or a practice that steps outside of the IDEA regulations. The kid's on an IEP. So anything that's generated with this kid is part of her record. You're giving her MTSS because she needs assistance. You know why? Because her IEP sucks. She's failing MTSS. It's like resource room help. She's failing it on her IEP. She's failing it. She's failing it using the MTSS, which they have a grant for. And the moron at the Department of Education, his entire findings was horse manure. He's about to get served. He's about to get served. I'm going to file against them, and I'm going to tell him all the different ways he's an idiot. And he did it on purpose. And it was willful and intentional to protect the LEA, the school district. That's why they did it. And so since he's such a moron, when I file the state complaint, I'm going to file on the whole school district. Then I want their money. Okay? Pretty good. That's how you get them. You got to go deep. You got to go into their pocketbooks. That's where they live. We live in Part D of the IDEA regulations. The facts live in IDEA. They live in their little pocketbooks, their little pocket change. think they're like Scrooge. God forbid your kid should get an education. Okay, let's start some then. We'll just have some fun. That's what I want to do now. I want to go after them. For instance, in Massachusetts, there's a woman. She's the BSEA, the Bureau of Special Education Appeals director. We have found out through a public records request from somebody else, and he posted it on the Facebook page, that Reese Ehrlichman has 62 pages of text messages with all of the attorneys, not all of them, but with attorneys in a certain time frame, talking about open cases. They are literally strategizing together. The BSEA director who oversees the hearing officers, this is what she's doing. They're in her ear constantly, in her ear. So I just got a document where she's explaining, in her own words, what her job function is. You know what she doesn't say? She explains all about. She explains all about why she's talking to them and how, I do this all the time, blah, blah, blah. It's horse manure, because you know who she doesn't do it with? Advocates, parents. You know what she gives us? We get emails. We have to email her if we want to talk to her. Email. We don't get her cell phone number. We have to email her. Or we have to when we send her the email, if we ask her about the case, things about the case, she'll say you have to talk to the hearing officer about that. Really? Is that what the MHTL lawyers did? Is that what they did? Talk to the hearing officer? Because they did it to me. I was one of those text messages. Mary Ellen Swarter, the attorney for the school district in Pembroke, was talking to Reese Ehrlichman about my case. Texting. Reese Ehrlichman is not a part of my case. Mary Ellen Swarter was asking her about scheduling my hearing, and I wasn't there. So I got something for everybody. Let's see how OSEP likes this. Let's see what happens. Maybe it is okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the director of all of the hearing officers in Massachusetts. And then she says in this document, she says she edits the decisions before they're posted on a hearing. Keep in mind, we got this little in the back of her head. Yeah. They're talking about the case. Nobody's there but the lawyer for the school district and the BSCA director. Yeah. It's called undue influence. I'm going to see if I'm right. 62 pages. I'll let you know. Matter of fact, when I file it, I'll post it so everybody can read it. And then I'll post the results. I'll post it with all of the evidence I used. You guys want that? It's going up this summer. Let's see what happens now. Okay? I'm sick of these people. They're all stupid. They're all stupid. And they like being stupid. But that's what you have to do. Amanda, when you go after them, what you have to do is you have to go through the regulations. These is 151 through 152. There's only a couple, okay? So you have to make sure that when they wrote that decision, did they, and I'll help you do it. I'll go through it and I'll show you how to do it once. Then you're on your own, okay? So what you do is you look, did they review all relevant information to come up with the answers that they gave you? Okay? Because I don't think they did. They never do, okay? Then they have to, according to the law, they have to have findings of facts and conclusions, and they have to give a reason. They have to give a reason how they came to that. Like, for instance, in my other case, the state said the paraprofessional can't come to the T meeting because the paraprofessional is in possession of a contract. The contract was from 2020. It was in 2020. It was specifically designed for COVID when everybody was in lockdown. And they said she can't come because of her contract. In the contract, it says paraprofessionals can't go to team meetings. Really? Really? It was literally 3 sentences from the state. That's not a reason because she has a contract. The contract is horse manure and they know it. The contract can't stand up to the federal regulations. The parent has a right to invite her. She on the IEP, this paraprofessional is giving this kid 8 hours of one-to-one. She's only in school 6. Giving her 8 hours of one-to-one services. Heather Montaldo from the state did that piece of doodle. She did that. Her and her boss, because they're stupid together. They don't have one working brain. There's no way in hell that makes any sense. So I'm going to have to go in and fix that because they're stupid. The law is clear. The mother can have anybody she wants. If you have a contract like that, it's not binding because it violates a federal law. Violates federal law. I don't give a rat's ass about that piece of doo-doo contract. And you know what else, everybody? In Massachusetts, anyway, all of the teacher contracts that every district has with the teachers, they send them to the state. You know what wasn't in there? That horse manure was not in there. I looked. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You have to look for the facts. So my district told me they can't make the teachers use Go Guardian. It's against the teacher's contract. They lie so much. Tell them you want a friggin' copy of it. Or you know what you do? Go to the DESE website and look up teacher contracts. If you post on my Facebook page, I'll try to find it for you. Because the contract is online. They're so stupid. And that's what you say to them. You mean the one that's online? Me that one. They're full of shit. I got a copy and called in the meeting. That's what you get. You say, so you lied. You're not doing it because you don't want to. You lied. Idiots. But I'm telling you, you see, when you're dealing with these people, you have to assume they're lying. It's terrible. It's very pessimistic. But you have to, in order to protect you in your mind, you have to assume they are lying in 2 months. Good. I call 5 meetings in less. You see? They can't stop you from having meetings. They can't tell you, oh, we only do it on Mondays. I don't care. You're talking to the wood. I don't care. There's nothing about it. Decline me because you do your meeting. I dare you put that in writing. That's another thing. Make them put everything in writing. If they have a policy like that, put it in writing. Put it in writing. The contract they gave us does not match the contract they have at the state level. So somebody's lying. And the contract they gave us, you can't, it's unenforceable in a court of law. It was out, it said 2020 on it. And it specifically said it was only for COVID-19. And it was one page, double spaced, had 3 paragraphs. And that's what you did. Because that person was looking to get them out of trouble. That's what she was doing. So now I got to file against their dumbasses. Then after I do that, I'm sending it to OIG. Because I'm sick of Massachusetts. I'm tired of these people. If you don't want to educate kids, get out. Just get the hell out. I went to school. I have a master's degree in psychology, just like it says there, with a specialization in ABA. I could have taken the test and become a BCBA. I could have done that. I know my strengths and my weaknesses. That would have been a weakness. I can't educate kids at all. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have the patience God gave it to T5. I just don't have it. So I recognize that I can't do it. So if the school people don't want to do their job, they need to get the hell out because I'm going to get them fired. My goal, anybody that does this stuff, my goal is to torture every single school district I come in contact with to help parents to take away their money. Because here's my thing. If my kid can't have it, you ain't getting none either. Then we don't need a special ed director because we don't have any special education, do we? Stupids. Get this. If they take Massachusetts money, the state has to pay for special education. The state has to pay for it. Because what the state has to now do is make sure they're not discriminating against some kid because they have a disability. And they will because they're stupid. They're just stupid. I don't care anymore. I've said it up to here. I don't care if it's politically correct. Yeah, nothing about that. It takes every ounce of willpower in my body to try to control myself at team meetings. It really does. Because I go to team meetings and I'm assuming that everybody there is formally educated, above a high school diploma. So you should understand the words coming out of my mouth. And you should be able to answer all of my questions. And believe this, I'm going to challenge you, Heine. I'm going to challenge you every single time. Because here's a thing, you guys. Calls, leaves a message. I'm not answering. That's right, don't answer. You make them put it in writing, everybody. Wendy just said it. Thank you, Wendy. Good girl. You send an email to them idiots. You say, hey, I just got a call today, and you left a message. Thank you very much. However, here's the response. Please, in the future, put it in an email. Bite me. The E in email stands for evidence. The faster you send out an email, it carries more weight. You can't wait 6 months, 3 days. As soon as something happens, put it in writing. It's called contemporaneous notes. It happened in that moment. It carries a lot of weight. That's how Donald Trump got impeached the first time. Comey had written contemporaneous notes. His butt got impeached on those notes. It carries a lot of weight. That's all I wanted to say about that. It carries a lot of weight. Do it in the moment. Soon, one of my buddies, she just did it. As soon as the team meeting was over, she hit him with an email. And they're done. I mean, the whole case, she put everything in the email. They're going to look stupider. They're going to look stupider because they are. But see, they don't care. They get all puffy and stuff when you get loud or when you ask them questions and you get huffy with them, but nobody cares. Okay? Don't start none, won't be none. For instance, I'm supposed to be going to a team meeting. We asked for the paraprofessional to come to the team meeting. School said no. You know, we got that little handy-dandy thing over here. But you know who they did invite? The lawyer. I told her if she opens her mouth, she's at the team meeting. I want to know what role she's playing. Because if she talks, I told them in writing, if I file for a hearing, I'm calling her as a witness. She's a team member. She's not exempt. Don't say nothing. Take a look. Take it. I'm telling you, I'm not having it. I'm telling you, you guys, it's been a hot mess for about 2 months now. It's been disgusting. Michelle, I have his SPED liaison asking me for copies of my research. Ooh, I can see that. Why am I, a mom, providing us to a license? They're lazy and they're stupid. Tell her to eat shit and die. That's not nice. I know. I don't care. I don't care. Tell her go get her own research. Tell her that. That's like I had a lawyer one time. I was in a hearing. This was years ago. I was in a hearing one time, and we're in a conference call, and the stupid attorney told me she wanted, my questions that I was going to be asking the witnesses. I said, "Have you lost your mind? You want my playbook? You're not getting it." Yes, I think you're not getting it. You are going to have to go to court to get it, stupid. You want my playbook. Soon as you give me yours, and you're still not getting mine. Because she thought that I was some, pushover. That was, oh, okay, here you go, attorney. Boo, 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 boo. I don't care nothing about you being an attorney. Let me tell you guys something right now. Hi, I am new to this program, and I am already feeling discouraged. P.S. Love you. Sure. Thank you. I made it. Thank you. Don't, honey. Don't get discouraged because you got a long way to go. I'm telling you got a long way to go. And we're here. We can help you. Okay. Don't get discouraged. You got to be prepared. You have to be prepared because this is what my mother told me. Prepare for the worst. How did you say it now? Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Or something like that. Okay. That's what you have to do. Because if you don't, you will be disappointed every single time. Do not trust these people. They lie all the time. They either lie or they're stupid. Pick. It doesn't matter because you're not getting the information. That's why I'm here to tell you guys. Do your research. We have the internet. When I became an advocate, I had none of this. You see how quick I'm bouncing around stuff over here? You see how I can I'll just hit this and I'm good and I'll just keep doing all of this stuff? Because I can get all of this information in a click. In a click. Seems true so far. Exactly, honey. They're going to keep lying. I'm telling you. Make no mistake. Put everything in writing. If you ask them for something, you put it in writing. You say, I am requesting yada, yada, yada. You wait for them to respond. If they have to respond to your request in writing, in a prior written notice, okay? They have to do it. They know you're new. You're a newbie. They're coming for you, girl. You got to be ready. You got to tell them, excuse you, and they don't have a whole lot of time to answer you. They don't have a whole lot of time to answer you. You got to put it in writing. Tammy is the best. Tammy is the best. Don't get discouraged. That's right. Get mad. That's right. And be determined to help your child. That's all you got to do. What you have to remember is this, Reagan. Regan or Reagan, I'm sorry. You're your kid's voice. You're the only chance your kid has. You, mom. It is what it is. There's a lot of shit that happens. And you can take it on the chin, okay? You got to be strong. You got to hold it together. Do whatever you can. I'm telling you, I'm an advocate, and these are not my children. You would think they were the way I've been acting lately. I mean, I've been chewing out parents like nobody's business. And it's because I get so afraid, too. You guys think I don't, but I do. I'm having an issue with my daughter's team not willing to add autism on her IEP. They said because it's an educational. You tell them to put it on the damn IEP, or you're gonna report them. Your daughter has autism. The reason, okay, let me tell you the real reason why they're not doing it. When they see a little kid with autism, you know what they see? Dollar signs in your kid's eyes. Your kid needs a whole bunch of stuff. You tell them to put it in writing, okay? Why they're not doing it. You ask them to put it in writing. They do it all the time with autism. All the time. You tell them, I'm going to report you. I'm going to report my kid has autism. My kid doesn't have, what are you going to say my kid has then? My kid is on an IEP. What do you need for my kid to do this? Because if you want, you just bluff like you play poker for real, girl. You tell them, so what am I going to have to do? Take you to hearing? What am I going to have to do? Report you to the Department of Inspector General office? What do I have to do? What? Because my kid's going to get every last service my kid wants. Autism or not, do you understand? You're not going to put my kid in some stupid program because you didn't want to give my kid the diagnosis of autism. My kid is not emotionally disturbed. My kid is not intellectually disabled. My kid has autism. My kid has autism. And I will tell you people right now, don't make me. I will have every damn protester in America sitting at this next table. Go ahead and play with me. Go ahead. I dare you. My kid has autism. If you want to say my kid doesn't have autism, then you tell them to put that shit in writing. I have a meeting with them the beginning of June, and I'm going to fight however I need to. That's right. You tell them. Listen, you say it just like this. Listen to me very carefully. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a goddamn duck. If my kid has autism, I didn't ask you for your opinion. You're not a doctor, you tell them. When you become a doctor, you let me know. My kid has autism. If you change my child's diagnosis, I'm going to sue you. Do you understand? Because the IEP is not going to be representing my child's needs. It's going to be representing what you want my child's needs to be. That's what you tell them. See, this is why I get mad, and I want to just jump in and just grab them by the, okay? That's what you need to do, Ian. Go on my Facebook page, and you go look at all of my videos. While you're there, hit the membership thing and like all of them. Like them, put comments, and they do all of that. I like it when you do that, okay? But I get a lot of information in there on every step of the way, okay? You tell them you don't have the power and authority, okay? You tell them you don't have the power and authority to determine whether or not my kid has autism. Who the hell do you think you are? I'm going to need your credentials. That's what you tell them. I need your credentials. They're going to say, what are you talking about? Well, you're telling me my kid doesn't have autism because you said so. I'm going to need your credentials. What test did you run to determine my kid doesn't have it? What are you in Massachusetts? I hate them. Are you in Massachusetts? Let me see if I can find my channel. I don't know. I just see Facebook. I don't see anybody on I don't see anybody from YouTube on. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't do it right. Okay. Okay. I just put my thing on there so you guys can see it. Okay. So yeah, they can't do that. That's a violation. They don't have the power and authority to change your kid's diagnosis. So you tell them, I need you to put that in writing. My kid is diagnosed with autism by a reputable doctor. My kid has autism. My kid doesn't have anything that you say my kid has. And if you put anything other than autism on there, I'm going to sue you. You understand? You go ahead. Because we can't write an IEP if you're not going to acknowledge my kid has autism. Do you know anything about autism? It's the kind of shit you have to ask them. Okay? Okay. What you guys have to do is you have to set them up to fail like they do our kids. And it's easy to set them up. Okay? It's really easy. You tell them to put it in writing. You put what they said to you in writing. What you just told me, you put it in writing. On such and such a day, we had a team meeting. And I told you my kid had autism. I provided you with all of the documentation from all of his doctors. You said you're not going to put it on his IEP and categorize him as a child with autism. Pursuant to 34 CFR 300.8. Do you know autism is the only? I want to put that law in there too. Do you know that autism is the only disability that's literally listed all by itself, has its own number? For instance, you see emotional disturbance. You don't see every every emotional disability listed under that. It just says emotional disturbance. You don't see bipolar, schizophrenia. You don't see anxiety disorder. You don't see depression. All you see, emotional disturbance. Autism says autism all by itself. So you tell them to put in writing. You say, during our meeting, you said this, this, and this. I'm going to need you to put that in writing. Now, call them on their shit word of word. Call them. Call them on it right away. They're going to come back and say something else, and you stick to your guns. You say, no, my kid has autism. And if you don't believe he has autism, then I'm going to need you to tell me what testing you did to make that determination besides having a team meeting. What? Did you wave your magic wand? Is that what you did? Are you a magician? Like that new Netflix movie show that's on that I watch constantly? Are you one of those people? You do all of this stuff with your fingers and then poof, stiff stuff happens? Is that what you did? I know I'm a smart ass, but that's what you do. That's how you get them, okay? All we've been talking tonight about is the facts. The next time I meet with you guys, we're going to talk about the evidence. And I think I've already covered that. So what you have to understand is when you talk to these people, use the facts, use the law, and use the evidence all at the same time. So a fact is this. So she just said she had a team meeting, okay? So I just told her to put everything in writing, right? So that's a fact. On such and such a date, we had a team meeting. During that team meeting, so-and-so said this. I am requesting that you said, and I said my kid has autism, and you said you're going to put my kid on this category instead. And I said again, my son has autism, my child has autism. I am requesting that you put that in a prior written notice. Prior written notice is the law. The email, the E in email stands for evidence. Everything you do going forward, you put in writing. You don't ask me, ring, ring, hello, no talking on the phone. Absolutely no talking on the phone. Ever. That's what they want. They want you, hey, go sit down. No talking on the phone. No talking on the phone. Okay? None. Because they lie when telling the truth is better. They will deny your entire conversation. You know what they can't deny? An email. So when you say all of that stuff that took place at the meeting, and they come back and say something else, you say no. Oh, so then you can say, oh, I see. So you are going to categorize my kid as autistic because that's what the doctor said. And when you send that email, you attach those documents that says your kid is autistic. You send all of those things again. Because if you have to go into a hearing, you have the email with the attachment. So when you hand them that document in the hearing and you say, do you recall this email? Do you recall this document? No. Is that your email address on it? Yes. Do you know who it's from? Yes. Does it say, please put your decision not to deem my kid autistic in writing? Did you see that? Yes. Did the parent tell you that the child was autistic? Yes. Is it in that email? Yes. Did the parent then send you the documents that the doctor did the testing and your kid demonstrates that he meets the criteria under the DSM-5? DSM-5 is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual. All of our kids are in the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, most of them. The book is this thick. 5. Okay? So, they lie. Facts, law, evidence. Facts, law, evidence. FLE. 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 So you have to remember. If you guys remember that, you're golden. If they say it's blue, you tell them, pursuant to 34 CFR, blah, blah, blue is now called turquoise. That's how you get them. Okay? That's how, and like Leanne said, she lives in D. So do I. I live there. I love it there. It's like an island. That's where I like to go. And when I go on vacation, I go visit subpart D idea. Okay. So you guys have to understand something. When you're asking questions, okay, you think about the law. The law is easy, guys. It's really easy. The law is based on a reasonable person. If you have a child with a disability, then there are certain things that have to take place. You know, we have the idea. It doesn't matter if you don't know anything about the idea. You know in your heart of hearts that the idea is to protect children with disabilities. That it's a protection. It's a discrimination law. Okay? It's all about protecting your kid's rights so that your kid is not denied an education because your kid has a disability. That's a discrimination law. Okay? Just like Section 504. It's a discrimination law. That's why there are some things in 504 that are also an idea. That's why. It's a discrimination law. So if you know that, okay, know that, all you have to know is I should be able to get evaluation. I should be able to request an evaluation. Yes, you should. Mm-hmm. There should be procedures for that, right? Yep. Let me tell you guys a little secret. The law, idea is all about, my voice is not hoarse. That's cool. It's because I got an air purifier. It's nice. Anyway, the law is based on a reasonable person, okay? And that means any person with a high school diploma can pretty much understand it. It's written in layman's terms. You don't have to read in between lines or go into the weeds with it, because you can, but you don't have to. Just like the state says, when they do an investigation, they have to review all relevant data. It was not a review of relevant data that the state agency, the idiot, accepted a contract that was outdated, that doesn't live up, is unenforceable in a court of law. And the law specifically states the parent can have somebody there who has knowledge and expertise about her kid. So that means that contract is unenforceable because federal law trumps state contracts that are not legal. Can't have a contract that's not legal. Okay. And the person that was about this, it was an organization. She wasn't even listed on there. The paraprofessional isn't even listed by name in that contract. That's okay for them to play fast and loose with the regs. That's what they do. Now, I see, if I let it go, they'll get away with it. I'm not letting nothing go. Nothing. Now I go after the state. And I tell them all the crap they didn't do. You didn't look at this. You didn't provide me with the reason. You didn't support that stupid statement with any documentation, with a law or something. You didn't even do that. You didn't do any of that. So she's screwed. Good. Don't care. So that's what this is about. I'm here to tell you that there's other ways to get around them. And you don't have to go to federal court if you don't have the money. And you don't have the money to pay an attorney. You don't. Although, just to keep it real, if you go to a hearing, a due process hearing within the state, and you want to appeal that decision, it ain't nothing hard. All you have to, it's called a judicial review. The federal court judge just reviews the administrative record. So if you put it into evidence, it's in the record, the judge reviews it along with the hearing officer's decision, the written transcripts, everybody's testimony. So going to federal court is not a big deal. It really isn't. It's an appeal. You have to write it up. When you write it up, you have to write up that the hearing officer erred. And because she did an error, you have to cite that error of law, and that's your appeal. So every time they say something stupid, you say you object during the hearing. I object. Why? Because it doesn't make any sense, because this was already talked about, whatever. You object during the hearing. Okay? But the cool thing about the Office of Inspector General is that while you're in a state, if you're at the state being investigated, you can still do an OIG investigation. They don't stop. They don't stop. Like if you have a state complaint and then you file for a hearing on the same issues, then the school district will contact the state real quick, because that was the reason why they filed for a hearing, okay, to stop the state from doing an investigation. They have to set it aside, the investigation, until the hearing is done and decided. Then if you still have a complaint, then you tell them, well, this wasn't part of the hearing, so you can keep going. Okay. But with OIG, there's no stopping. They just keep it moving. And the guy's name in Massachusetts is Mark, the OIG guy. I'll just put out Office of Inspector General, as, yeah, U.S. Department of Education. Now, he might cover more than one area. I don't know, but his name is Mark Deckard, and I'll just put Massachusetts, okay? He might cover a catchment area like different states. But if you ever want to find out about it, call him. He's a cool dude, okay? But he'll tell you, like he told me, your case has to be tight, like to put in as much information as you possibly can. And you guys have to know, I think, I don't know if I ever showed you guys how to put a book together for a hearing. And you should be putting books together for yourself, but so that you keep all your shit in line. But somebody's knocking on the door or something stupid. But anyway, I got to show you guys how to put that together. But you have to know there's more than one way to skin a cat. And I only recently figured this out. I knew about OIG, but I didn't know about how to go about doing it all over the place. Like you can file a complaint against the Department of Education, like in Massachusetts called PRS, but you can't take them to hearing, but you can file a complaint against them. As long as it has to do with the provision of FAPE for a kid or a group of kids, okay? You can do that. Easy peasy. So anyway, I hope this answered some questions about facts, laws, and evidence. Evidence can also be like all the paperwork you get from the school. Consents, that's evidence. Team meeting notices, that's evidence. A Zoom link, that's evidence. Because it tells you everything, because they're not doing it anymore, but they still have to mail it. Report cards and discipline records and emails, that's all hard copy evidence, okay? So you have the facts, the date something happened, okay? You have the email to back it up that says, this is the date something happened, this is what you said, and then you have the back and forth. Oh, and that's another thing. When you're doing emails, do email threads. Don't go, when they send you an email, don't go and open up another email. I don't think many people are doing it, but just in case, don't go start another email. If they start another email, you keep it moving on that one. You just keep doing it. And then if anybody wants to know how to turn an email into a PDF file, let me know. It's real easy and it looks really cool. So it doesn't have all that other stuff of your personal information on your email place, like Yahoo or Gmail. It doesn't have all that stuff on the sides. It's just a plain piece of paper email. It's really cool. Okay. And it's wonderful for evidence. So you want that. So evidence is documentation. Okay. It's a written record, but it's got to be substantiated with something, like it's got to be an email, like I said, between you guys going back and forth. Evidence, when they present evidence, like that stupid contract that's outdated, goody. I like stuff like that. See my guinea pigs in the background? That's Cully. She's bad. I mean bad. She beats up the other one all the time. Anyway, she's moving around. She wants, as soon as I get up, she's going to start weakening. Don't get mad. Yeah, that's the other thing I got to tell you guys. So a lot of times you guys are quick to say, well, I'm going to go tell them this and I'm going to show them that. And here's the thing. They don't care. They don't care. Give it to them by all means, but they don't care. Okay. So what I like to do is set them up. I like to make them give me information because they're dumb. And they're going to spill the guts. They're going to say all the wrong stuff. They're going to put it in an email. That's why emailing stuff is your best friend. Before emails, I used to have, back in the day, a lot of people didn't have, when I've been doing this for a long time, but a lot of people didn't have computers and email was just coming out. So what I used to do is have the parents, I write up something or I type it up, I print it out, and I tell the parent, take this to the school to have two. Either have to or tell them you want a copy of it and have them date it and stamp it that they received it. Because they always lie about, oh, we didn't get it. Yeah. Then when the parent did that, I would tell the parent, now send me a copy of it. So the parent would send me the copy. Now, one time this actually happened. So we called the school district and we asked them for something. And some crazy woman is on the phone and she said, you never gave us that. And she's getting all tough with me because they didn't like me at the school. So I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, do you want me to send you an email of the document that has your stamp on it and the date? Is that what you want me to do? What's your fax number? I faxed it over to her. Called her back. I said, is that yours? She said, yeah. She said, we found it. I said, you had a lot to say a few minutes ago. You found it? She said, yeah, the person that took it and stamped it, she went on vacation and I didn't know it was buried under her paperwork. And I was just like, I don't care. Okay. Now you have egg on your face because you were wrong and I was right. Because I'm never going to be, I told her, as stupid as you need me to be. I know what you people do. That's why I sent the parent up there with two. Have you noticed? Stupid is my favorite word. Okay. Anyway, you guys, I hope you guys got something out of this. I really wanted to just jump on. I keep saying I'm going to try. School's going to come out and I'm down to just a couple of clients now. And I'm really kind of happy about that because there are things that I want to do on YouTube and stuff like this to help more people at the same time. And I don't know, but are you guys interested in doing a group one where, a bunch of you guys could get together and we could just talk about individual stuff, but in a small group, like 10 or 15 people? If you're interested in something like that, I'll put it on my Facebook page. And yeah, on my Facebook page. And you guys let me know if you're interested in like doing a small group like training. Or we could just like figure out stuff like what you guys have been telling me here. Okay. Oh, Reagan, you're in Western Mass. Yeah. I'm finding out a lot about Western Mass. It ain't pretty out there. I thought the South Shore was bad. Shoot. It's a whole new animal out there in Western Mass. But I want to thank you guys for coming and joining me. I hope you got something out of it. Please go to my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe to my channel, please, please, please. I really like it when you guys do that. It lets me know, really. I mean, if I ever hit that thing, I don't even care anymore. But it helps me to know that you guys like what I'm doing. So, and when you put the comments in there, I try to read all of them. There's never that many, so it's pretty easy. But, I try to help you guys out and send you to different places to get different information. I know this is hard. Don't be scared. It'll be okay. And as you go along, you'll get tougher. All right. So hopefully I'll see you guys next week. Okay. Kisses. Love you. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. See you next week.